Lisa and I are opposite as opposites could be, which was actually kind of a good thing, because if we were going in a car anywhere separately but to the same location, and we had a choice of a high road or a low road, I know when we got to the destination we would have picked a different road because we were that opposite. Over the years, I can't tell you how many times we've had a discussion on something, and before we would even ask each other if we liked it, the other one would say, well, of course you don't, because I love that. It's constant. It goes for everything in our lives, and it also goes for our eating habits. Lisa eats very slowly, chewing every bite, which we all know is very healthy. I, on the other hand, say, ain't nobody got time for that, and I just eat and run. When I first came to School One, I knew Lisa as the young music teacher. Little did I know that we would share so much over the years. Maybe we would, maybe we wouldn't. Now, whenever you hear a maybe first, you know, it's just a joke between Lisa and I. So if you hear it and you go, I don't get that, it's because Lisa will. Or maybe she won't, maybe she will, maybe she won't. Okay. Lisa was all over the school with her room, moving constantly. But no matter where she was, I was close by, either sharing her room to teach my health classes, or we were in the same wing and on the same floor. Ironically, this year our rooms are closer than ever, and this year is the year that I saw her less because of opposite schedules. I've always admired and been in awe of Lisa's amazing talent, but I got to really watch her in action during some of my first years at School One. My daughter and son both had leads in the beautiful musicals that Margaret and Lisa directed that were truly like Broadway productions. I helped out chaperoning most practices, and I couldn't have been more impressed with Lisa's patience and diligence to make sure that every song sounded perfect. I will really miss the sound of her beautiful music at School One. Getting choked up a little bit. Coming in school in the mornings when she had chorus practice made a great way to start the day. The week before this happened, I was on a field trip, and I came back from the field trip and heard the sound of the piano in the gym. I went tearing into the gym to find Lisa, and all I found was the stinking piano tuner. What a disappointment that was. Lisa is truly loved and respected by all her students. She's so creative, comes up with beautiful concerts, and takes such pride in her students' accomplishments. They will miss you terribly. Not only have we shared rooms, but we've been partners in real estate transactions, we've shared meals, weddings, hopes, dreams, and even meetings to brainstorm how to get rich quick. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We've also shared a whole lot of Broadway plays together with Jean as well. The majority of people in this room are educators, and most of us here are here for the love of children. We don't ever try to find favorite students, but sometimes it just happens. Lisa and I happen to share one of our all-time favorite students. His name is Jess LaPrada, and I have another favorite student here right there. and even though Jess is only 26 years old, he's done so much and continues to wow us each time we see him. He was one of the top 8 in So You Think You Can Dance, and he's been in 8 Broadway productions at his young age, most of which Lisa, Jean, and I have seen together. It's not because of his amazing talent that he's a favorite of ours. It's because of the amazing person he has become. I'd like to read a letter from Jess to Lisa. This is from one student, but so many of her students feel this way. Dear Lisa, it's very small. This is how it prints it out from my account. Dear Lisa, congratulations on your retirement this year. I'm sorry I can't be there to celebrate in person, but I wanted to take a moment and say thank you for all that you've done, not just for me, but for many students who have been inspired by you for all these years. When I first came to Little Falls School No. 1, I was this shy little kid who didn't know a lot of the other students in my grade. Then I came into your music class, and the first time I was there, I had my real introduction to music. All thanks to you, of course. I am so thankful to you and the special environment you made for young musicians and inspiring performers like myself. You gave me a place to create, explore, and discover myself through music and performing. From music fundamentals and music theory to artists and history, you introduced me to all the wonderful lessons and principles that I still carry with me today. You have been there for me every step of the way, since From Singing in the Rain in my 7th grade year to Carousel on Broadway just this spring. It is always a real treat to share these wonderful memories with you. The lessons that I learned from you in class allowed me to keep my eyes on the stars and my feet on the ground. I, as well as many others, have learned so much from you and always admire the love and respect you give to your students and to your craft. Thank you for inspiring me and for continuing to inspire me. I'm sure you will be very missed by your school, your students, and your colleagues. Wishing you all the best. Love, Jess. So there was one show that we saw together that Jess wasn't in, and it wasn't on Broadway. And Lisa says that she's never laughed so hard in her whole life. Rebecca Bryson arranged a night where 8 teachers went to Don Pepe's and then over to NJ Pack to see Fiddler on the Roof. We ate lots of shrimp and green garlic sauce and had plenty of sangria with it. The theater wasn't very crowded that night, thank God. The 8 of us were seated, and shortly after that, a man was seated directly in front of us. He turned around, gave us this disgusted look, and changed his seat. Someone from our group said, "What's his problem? What did we do?" To which Doreen Jones said, "Well, how would you like it if you just got seated in front of an 8-foot clove of garlic?" Did we stink or what? Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. The lights dimmed, the sangria kicked in, and the show started. A couple of us nodded out, me being one of the guilty parties. Suddenly, my phone was ringing loud. Not a regular ringtone, but some crazy circus music that I assigned a ringtone to match my crazy cousin.
Country western.
Okay. I jumped, the phone went flying, my hands came up, my pinky hooked onto my necklace, it broke, beads were flying everywhere. There I was, crawling around on the floor looking for my belongings, and Lisa says that she's never laughed that hard in her whole life.
I haven't.
To this day, whenever we go anywhere, Lisa physically takes my phone from me to make sure that it's off. Many of you know that I notice things about people such as mannerisms and sayings that people use on a regular basis. Phil, close your ears for a minute, please. I may even be known to make tally marks during meetings to count how many times an administrator says the same thing. So, something I notice about Lisa isn't about what she says on a regular basis, but it's her amazing laughter. Yeah. She has 3 different laughs. Okay? So the first one is more of a chuckle. This laugh appears when she already knows the outcome of the story or the punchline of a joke, but she still enjoys it, so she chuckles anyway. Number 2 laugh comes when she's pretty sure something's funny gonna happen and it starts happening and she laughs. It's a tad louder than the chuckle. The 3rd laugh comes when something very funny and unexpected happens. What I love about this laugh is that there's a pause before you hear anything. Maybe she has to draw in some air or something, I'm not sure. But it's probably at least a full second before you hear anything, and all of a sudden, the laugh comes out, and it keeps on going and going and going and going. And that's the laugh that I'm gonna miss the most.
Like the tears.
I know I can speak for all of us when I say that you will be sorely missed. We will all feel the emptiness of not having you with us, as you always make us laugh, smile, and learn things that most of us don't know anything about, but you've read books about. We're also happy for you, and these too, and we wish you much love, laughter, relaxation, and of course, wine. I personally don't know what I'll do without you. You've been my friend, my real estate partner, my confidant, and one of my favorite people. I know we'll always be in touch, but I will miss our daily conversations. There's one word that Lisa and I use constantly. In fact, I can't begin to imagine how many times we have left each other, turned back, and said this word simultaneously. Say it with me, Lisa. Crazy. I started this speech by telling you about how opposite Lisa and I are, but we do agree on the following things. 1, we both enjoy a good glass of wine, or 2. 2, that Jeff is perfect for Lisa.
Yay.
And 3, I need some help with. If I could have my helpers come up. Mike?
You're going up?
Shauna? Yeah, just right over here. Are you gonna do this? Okay. The last one is that we both agree that Seinfeld is the best show ever. We refer to episodes pretty much on a daily basis, and I'm gonna say a word incorrectly in this sentence, but I'm doing it on purpose, and I think that we have each seen every episode multiple times. So we leave you with a salute from one of the funniest episodes of all time.
Come on, he's dancing. Want me to get it started? I'll get it started.
It's hard to believe that 30 years has gone by. I remember being in college and telling my friends that you would have to be insane to want to teach in a middle school. The age range would be incredibly challenging. So I did my student teaching with grades K through 5. And in 1988, after graduation, there were only 2 jobs available for general music teachers, and of course, both of them were middle school positions. And I soon learned that there's no other age range that I would rather teach. Throughout my time in Little Falls, I've worked with the best staff a school district could possibly have. I've been extremely fortunate to have worked with excellent musicians along the way and have forged lifelong friendships with many of my colleagues. But ultimately, it's always been about making music, and I have been blessed to share my passion with so many students over the years. I'd like to thank my family, my friends, for always being there for me. I'm looking forward to the next chapter of my life. And at this time, I would like to call up Allie, Beth Ann, and Vinny. I have been extremely fortunate to have taught these amazing young people and now have the unique opportunity to work with them side by side as fellow educators. The expression on Vinny's face was priceless after I explained my vision for tonight. I haven't seen that look since I told him he had to wear a kilt for his 8th grade play, Brigadoon. I'd also like to ask my favorite rewriting team, Jean and Pam, to assist me. Here, over here. Yo, teachers, let's kick it. Time to retire. Time to retire. All right, stop. I'm done with all of my bitching. These are the things I ain't gonna be missing. Acronyms, SMART, SGOs, and more. All these initials, what are they for? Will it ever stop? Hell, yes it will. June 25th, bye-bye, Phil. Different line, different hairstyles from the floor to the sky. Wine, that's the thing that I like. Traveling, driving, and riding a bike. Missing my friends when it comes down to it. With tone-deaf kids, now I just say screw it. Now it's time to leave, so I say goodbye. Been here forever, that ain't no lie. As time goes by, this is how I feel. Counting down the days, it's getting so real. Time to retire. Time to retire. Time to retire. Time to retire.
All right, good evening. I'll keep it brief. So, last year is my first year as a teacher, and of course, Lisa is and was my mentor, and of course you're learning about everyone that you're working with, and one day I come into work and, oh, my neck hurts, she says. I said, why? She said, oh, I had Scottish dancing last night. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. She will not dance for me. And my goal is when I come down to Virginia one day, you'll show me some moves. So we're doing a little bit of a song today, and I do need your participation. I'll keep it brief, I promise. You should have some sheets on your table. I did not put one on your table, Lisa, so I think we have extras that could be passed to you. If not, just sing along. It's a piece called Loch Lomond, which is a famous Scottish lake, and I'm going to sing to you. All right? I want your strongest Scottish brogue for the whole song. I don't want to get it. I'll sing it once, we'll sing it together, and then we start. Okay? So I'll take the high road and you'll take the low road, and I'm gonna retire before ye, and me and my sweetie will be in Virginia, and I'm gonna laugh all the way there. So try, ready? 1, 2, 3, So I'll take the high road and you'll take the low